the enchantress of Nyombani. In the heart of the verdant African savanna, located between towering baobab trees and meandering rivers, lay the village of Nyombani. The village, with its red-earth pathways and thatched roof huts, was a place of ancient traditions and close-knit families. However, it was also home to the enigmatic and beautiful Amina. Amina's beauty was legendary. Her skin was as smooth and dark as polished ebony, her eyes sparkled like stars against the night sky, and her smile could charm even the most stoic elder. Yet, beneath her enchanting exterior lay a woman driven by a deep and insatiable hunger for wealth and luxury, something scarce in Nyombani. Amina had learned from a young age the power her beauty held over men. She began to use it to her advantage, accepting gifts and money in exchange for her affections. It started innocently enough with small tokens, a piece of jewelry here, a fine cloth there. But as she grew older, her demands increased, and so did her conquest. Soon, she became known as the woman who would sleep with any man for the right price. The men of Nyombani, bewitched by her allure, flocked to her, each believing they were special to her. Husbands, sons, and even respected elders found themselves drawn into her web, offering her everything they had. Amina, however, held no true affection for any of them. She played her role perfectly, whispering sweet lies and making empty promises, all while amassing a small fortune. Among her many admirers was Momba, a humble and hard-working farmer. Momba had long harbored feelings for Amina, but he was different from the others. His love for her was genuine, not driven by lust or the thrill of conquest. He believed he could save her from her ways and show her the true meaning of love and happiness. Momba saved every penny he earned from his meager harvest, hoping to one day offer Amina a life away from the village, where they could start anew. One evening, under the shimmering glow of a full moon, Momba approached Amina, his heart pounding with hope and fear. "Amina," he began, his voice trembling, "I love you more than words can say. I want to marry you and take you away from this life. We can build a future together, far from Nyombani." Amina, though touched by his sincerity, saw only another opportunity. She smiled sweetly and agreed, but in her heart, she had no intention of changing her ways. She saw Momba as just another means to an end. Their wedding was a grand affair, attended by the entire village. For a time, it seemed as though Amina had changed. She and Momba moved into a small but cozy hut on the edge of the village, and Amina's liaison ceased. The villagers began to speak of her transformation with admiration, believing that true love had redeemed her. However, old habits die hard. Amina soon grew restless and bored with her new life. The thrill of wealth and the power she held over men were too enticing to resist. She began to see other men in secret, her desire for money driving her back to her old ways. Momba, blissfully unaware, continued to toil in the fields, dreaming of a future he would never have. But secrets in a village like Nyombani are hard to keep. Whispers began to spread, and soon, the truth of Amina's infidelity reached Momba. Heartbroken and humiliated, he confronted her. "Amina, how could you betray me?" he cried, his voice choked with anguish. "I gave you my heart, my everything, and this is how you repay me." Amina, unrepentant and cold, merely shrugged. "Love is not enough, Momba. I need more than what you can offer." Momba's despair turned to anger. The villagers, upon learning of Amina's continued deceit, shunned her. The men who once adored her turned their backs, their pride wounded by her manipulation. Women who had once envied her beauty now pitied her, seeing the emptiness in her heart. Amina's fall from grace was swift and merciless. No longer welcomed in Nyombani, she was forced to leave, her wealth gone and her reputation in tatters. She wandered from village to village, a shadow of her former self, always searching for something to fill the void within her. Years later, a broken and destitute Amina returned to Nyombani, hoping for forgiveness and redemption. But the village had moved on, and Momba had remarried, finding happiness with a kind and loving woman who cherished him for who he was. As she stood at the edge of the village, Amina realized that true wealth was not found in gold or jewels, but in the love and trust of those who care for us. With a heavy heart, she turned away, knowing that she had lost the only treasure that truly mattered. And so, the tale of Amina served as a cautionary story for the people of Nyombani, a reminder that betrayal and greed lead only to sorrow, and that true happiness comes from love, trust, and the simple joys of life.